All right, guys. So it's Friday, May 30th. Seeing a lot of questions, especially in my Facebook groups, not so much on YouTube or anything, but seeing a lot of questions. Folks are starting to see brown and yellow in their yard. I don't know if you can see any on mine. It's there some. Everybody thinks when they see that it's always just fungus. Now that's a very good possibility that it could be fungus. Like here, the rain has been non-stop this month. It's let me pull it up here on my weather station here real quick. So for May 2025, the average humidity has been 80%. You can see May 2025, and we've had 6.51 inches of rain this month. So, you know, it's done some raining, and there is some yellowing and browning in my turf. I don't know if you can see it, but just because you're seeing it, it doesn't mean all the time that it's disease. So I'll show you right here. This might be a lot of what you guys are seeing. You can see it right here. Seed stalks. Grass is going to seed. And it's just all scattered out through here. Right there's another. You know, there's another. And anytime there's a seed stalk, the grass that's on the stalk is turning yellow or brown. I mean, it's just right there, look, seed stalk. So just because you're seeing yellow and brown, you know, it doesn't mean you're always looking at disease. Again, it is possible this time of year if you're getting a lot of rain and stuff, and you know, I encourage you to get down here and look at look at it, because for me, what I'm seeing right here, right there's more brown. It's all seed stalks. It's attached. Everything attached to these seed stalks is brown. If I get this booger back up here, seed stalk. Seed stalk. I mean, it's just, you know, everywhere you look, pretty much, it's seed stalks. Seed stalk. So, you know, I know it's ugly and it doesn't look good, but there's nothing you can do about this. It's just natural for the grass to do this. My best advice is keep mowing and keep your mower blades sharp. When this is going on for me, I try to sharpen my mower blades every 2 mows. And you can mow lower if you're not under any kind of stress. I have mowed this to 2.5 inches a few weeks ago to try to knock out as much as I can, and I'm back to 3 inches. But they're still there. I mean, again, you can see it right here, seed stalks, and they're just ugly, but there's not anything you can do about it. And a lot of it in my yard is older cultivars that I've had throughout the years. There's nothing wrong with the cultivars, they're just older, and you know, some of them's wider bladed and they're just not up to date with the new stuff. So I mean, there's several different cultivars in my yard that's causing this, and they was, you know, when they was put in my yard, they was top of the NTEP trials. So, you know, I done my job picking them. But this new the newer stuff, like it's in my blend, it produces far less seed stalks than the older stuff does. I mean, you know, I told you when I made the video introducing my seed, you know, I told you there was other stuff. I pulled it up. Told you there was other varieties in my yard, and which they are. I did overseed it heavy with my grass seed when I done it, but you know, I'm not going to kill it all the way off to reuse my seed. I'd like to, but it's just too much work to do that, especially being on a slope. I mean, this is all slope. So, you know, I'll just, if I need to overseed, I'll keep overseeding and putting the newer varieties in it. And eventually there'll be less and less of this throughout the years. There's less and less of this year than I've seen in previous years, but I can't I wish I could do this, but you know, I can't help each individual person. I love to help people with, you know, trying to figure out what problems are and stuff. It's one reason why I made the Facebook group. It's one reason why I done the loan guide. I mean, that's about as close as to me helping you as you can get without a one-on-one me seeing your grass type deal. So, you know, if you got the loan guide, follow it, because that's exactly how I do it. But as far as the Kentucky bluegrass, there's no seed heads on this. I did rake this really heavy last Sunday to thin it out some, so it might be off color a little bit. It has come back a tremendous amount, but I raked it heavily to kind of dethatch it, thin it out, and you can see, I mean, it's a lot thinner than what it was. I mean, there's spots it's got pretty thin right in there, but it looks a lot better than what it did a few days ago. So it'll be back, no issue. Had to get rid of that thatch. That thatch is no good. You know, nutrient and water has a hard time getting through it. Plus, it's just a breeding ground for disease. So, but no seed heads on this. If this wasn't such a pain to establish, I'd probably do my whole yard in this. I'll just be honest with you. It's just that, you know, it just looks that good. But, you know, this new grass of mine will take you back down here, the grass seed, to this spot. We'll take and show you this right here, this spot again. That's where I killed Poa trivialis off and just seeded the apex right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right here. I mean, it's pretty dang thin. And that was seeded last fall. The blades are really thin on it. There's no seed stalks in this whatsoever. I don't see any seed stalks whatsoever in this. Hardly any discoloration for the rain that we've got. You can see a blade right there. I mean, that's pretty thin. Some of this, and you know, there's 4 different varieties in it, so some of the blades are a little thicker than the other ones, but I mean, if you look at the whole area right here, there's no super thick blades. That right there is about as thick as you're gonna get right there. That's what it looks like, and most of it's pretty dang thin, and it's pretty dark. Versus, you know, you get out in here where older stuff's been put in, you can see the difference in the blades, and you can also see the seed stalks. and they're just, you know, they're just scattered all along through here, just like, you know, out in the main yard. I wish this camera would stop, screen stop turning black on it, but I just wanted to do a video to address this with the questions of people seeing, you know, brown and yellow in their yard. It's not always disease. Again, I feel pretty fortunate with the rain that we've had that I don't see any disease. It's just the seed stalks. So, you know, the way I do the nitrogen and the way I do the fungicides, it seems to be working, because 80% average humidity with 6.5 inches of rain this time of year, and it's been 70s, 80s, and lows in the 60s and high 50s. So I mean, the disease pressure is there, but I'm telling you right now that's amazing. I ain't gonna shoot you no lie there. It does make me want to kill off my whole yard and just at least do this. At least it'll establish faster, but I don't know, that's a lot of work to do that. I mean, you can just look at the difference between this and then come over here and pick a spot. I mean, that's not incredibly thick bladed, but there's a big difference between that right there and the rest of it. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I still got to edge it right there. Now right there's some Kentucky bluegrass seed heads, but look how long it is. I ain't cut it because I'll just be honest, I've been lazy, and I gotta edge this out like the rest of it. And I'm actually trying to keep this right here to take plugs from in case something does happen. So I want to keep this as long as I can. I actually had a line drew. It's like right here, and it goes around like that, but I want to keep it just in case. I don't know, but I got to get a mow on this right here. Anyway, just a video just to explain the brown issue, what you might be seeing. And again, it could be fungus, but don't forget, if you want the long guide, if you want the Plant Food Company products, or if you want the Apex Turf Top Tall Fescue seed, it's primetimefescue.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this video and channel, and we'll see you in the next video.